On January 27, 2025, 14-year-old Emily Pike vanished after leaving a group home in Mesa, Arizona. Weeks later, her remains were discovered inside contractor trash bags on Highway 60. Her body showing signs of trauma. Police have questioned multiple suspects, yet no one has been arrested. Who killed Emily Pike, and why was she discarded in the desert? This unresolved case grips Arizona with chilling unanswered questions. It began on a quiet winter day in Arizona, January 27, 2025. A 14-year-old girl named Emily Pike left a group home in Mesa, walking into the evening, into the desert air, and into a mystery that still grips investigators and the public with horror. She was never seen alive again. At first, Emily's disappearance seemed like another case of a runaway teenager. Children in group homes sometimes left temporarily. Some returned within hours, others within days. But with Emily, things would not be so simple, because just weeks later, her name would no longer be on a missing persons list. It would be on a homicide investigation file. February 2025. Contractors working along Highway 60, a long, lonely stretch cutting through Arizona's desert terrain, made a discovery that shocked the state. Among the dry brush, hidden away from casual sight, were several contractor trash bags. Inside them were human remains. When investigators opened those bags, the horrifying truth emerged. The body was Emily Pike. Her remains bore signs of trauma. This was no accident, no runaway, no tragic misadventure. It was a killing, and worse, it was an act of cold, calculated disposal. Someone, somewhere, had taken the life of a 14-year-old girl and discarded her as if she were nothing more than refuse. Emily Pike's story did not begin with her disappearance. She was part of the San Carlos Apache community, a child living within a system that was supposed to provide care and protection. On that January day, she stepped out of her group home in Mesa and into a world that failed her. Police attempted to reconstruct her final movements. Who did she talk to before she left? Who might she have met along the way? Did she leave voluntarily with someone she trusted, or was she taken against her will? No one knows for sure. Witnesses, if they exist, have not come forward publicly. The fragments of her last hours are pieced together only through speculation, possible digital trails, and whispers from those close to her. What we do know is this. Sometime after leaving that group home, Emily encountered a person or people who would end her life. And whoever they were, they carried out an act of violence so brutal that authorities could not mistake it for anything but murder. From the moment Emily's remains were identified, the case shifted into a full-scale homicide investigation. Detectives canvassed the group home, interviewed staff and residents, and expanded their search outward to those Emily made a contact with. The bags themselves became critical evidence. Were they common contractor bags available in stores? Could they be traced to a buyer? Were there fingerprints, DNA, or trace evidence that could lead to suspect? Multiple individuals have been brought in for questioning. Police have publicly acknowledged that there are several suspects under interrogation, but as of now, no arrests. Why? That is the haunting question. Do investigators lack hard evidence tying anyone to Emily's murder? Is someone close to the truth refusing to speak? Or is there a far larger, darker story at play? The absence of answers only deepens a wound. Emily's family remains trapped in the waiting, the silence, the uncertainty of justice delayed. Emily's case has become more than a tragedy. It is a mystery wrapped in contradictions. If police have suspects, why can't they make an arrest? If Emily was found so soon after her disappearance, why is it so difficult to uncover who was responsible? And why Highway 60? Was it chosen as a random dumping ground, or was it symbolic, a message, or a location tied to her killer? The fact that Emily's body was found in trash bags speaks volumes about the cruelty of the crime. But it also speaks to planning. This was not impulsive. This was someone who had thought through concealment. And yet, they left her in a location where she was quickly found. Was that intentional? Did the killer want her to be discovered, or was it carelessness? Today, the case of Emily Pike remains unresolved. No arrests, no charges, no definitive answers. Only the image of a young girl whose life was cut short, discarded along a highway, and remembered now only through headlines and whispers. Her story is an enigma because it embodies the deepest fears of any parent, any community, that a child can vanish into night, be harmed in the most unthinkable way, and that justice might never come. For Emily's family, closure remains a distant dream. For the public, the silence of the investigation leaves behind haunting echoes. And for law enforcement, the clock ticks louder every day that passes without a breakthrough. Who was the last person to see Emily Pike alive before she left the group home on January 27, 2025? Why was her body concealed in contractor trash bags and left on Highway 60? Was it an attempt to hide her forever, or a message meant to be found? If multiple suspects are under interrogation, what piece of evidence is missing that prevents an arrest? Was Emily lured away by someone she knew and trusted, or taken by force? And the most haunting question of all, will Emily Pike's killer ever be unmasked, or will her case vanish into the long line of unsolved American crimes? This is the story of Emily Pike, a girl who disappeared from a group home in Mesa, Arizona. A girl whose body was found in the desert, discarded in bags. A girl whose life ended far too soon. And until her killer is found, her case will remain one of the darkest unresolved mysteries of 2025. Emily Pike's story is not just a tragedy. It's a haunting enigma. A 14-year-old girl, taken too soon, discarded like nothing and left behind in silence. The suspects remain unnamed. Justice remains out of reach. And the questions grow darker with every passing day. Who silenced Emily? Why hasn't anyone been held accountable? Until the truth is revealed, her case remains one of America's most chilling unsolved crimes.